When I was younger, I used to look up to women in their 30s and say, wow, they're so beautiful. Like, that's the standard. That's the like top tier. And now that I'm well into my 30s, oh my God, was I correct? Being in your 30s is the prime. Like, 20-year-olds, you can have it. But more than that, you aesthetically are just the most beautiful you've ever been as a woman. And when men say you're most beautiful in your 20s, they could not be more incorrect. When you get to your 30s, you are at such an age of vibrance. You literally glow. Okay, you glow. If you take care of yourself and you take the right steps in life, like, you will glow. Your 30s are by far, and I speak for myself and a lot of women that I see on here, you're most beautiful that you've ever been.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the 30s are the best time of a woman's life. I really do believe that. Yes, I just turned 31, so I have not been here for long. I just feel like when you hit 30, it's almost like there's something about it where you just really start to come into who you are. And I feel like the confidence I have now is just completely incomparable on a different level than when I was in my 20s. In your 20s, you're figuring yourself out, you're figuring out your personal style, you just figure out so much. And you're kind of in the trenches because it's like there's so many emotional things you're sorting out. You're sorting out childhood trauma, you're going to therapy, you're doing all these things. But there's just something about 30 that has just felt so awesome. Like, I just feel like confident, and I just feel like the most me that I've ever felt, and it's awesome. And I'm not saying that you can't have that moment in your 20s, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the 30s are awesome.
And now that I think about it, Thursday I went out with a guy that was 8 years older than me. So the women that are 8 years older than me, who are they going out with? Like, I'm mid-20s, 8 years from now, 10 years from now, the dating pool will have significantly shrunk. I'm looking for someone 10 years older than me. They're probably in marriage territory. Like, they're probably married, let's be honest. So who are those women going out with? And I fear that in 10 years, I'll be resenting the current me. Like, who is she? She has no business dipping her toe in the older men dating pool. Like, what is she doing? But nevertheless, we persist and try and not let the scarcity mindset get us.
Y'all, so I was on Instagram and I seen somebody I know celebrating their 4-year girlfriend anniversary. Like, you know, been a girlfriend for 4 years and we in our 30s, you know what I'm saying? And I just like to say, after 2 years, I'm not celebrating no goddamn girlfriend and boyfriend anniversary in my 30s. I'm just not doing it, okay? Because do you know you have 30 minutes? 30, yes. I'm not. You make a decision and you better make it quickly. Because if you think I'm gonna be in my 30s, keep parading around year after year, it's our anniversary, I'm a girlfriend again, I made it another year, bitch, I'm 30, ho. Hell no. Make a decision and make it quickly, because you have 30 minutes to decide what you finna do, because it don't even take you that long to decide what you finna do with me.
As a female, if you're at least 40 years old and you're not married, you're washed up. Tune in. There's a reason that man ain't put a ring on your finger. There's a reason you're not married yet. There's a reason not one man has decided to settle down with you. There's a reason. See, the problem is y'all want to be outside. Y'all want to be single until it's too late. And then the women that do get married around 20 something, 30, they want a divorce later on when they're in their 40s, potentially 50s, because they feel like they rushed into the marriage. They feel like they came into the marriage too early, and now they want to be outside again.
Now I sit here in my 30s with nothing. I dated a man for 9 years, and the first 5 years were great. We lived separately. He was traveling, working mostly, and he was a few years older than me, so he had his life put together a little bit more than me at the time. And he decided to buy a house, which was great. Good for him. He bought a fixer-upper. I was there for him the entire time. Put my blood, sweat, and tears into this house. 2 years to make it livable before I decided, sure, I will move in. After he had asked me countless amounts of times, and I said no, knowing full well in my heart that I shouldn't. But I didn't listen. We got 2 dogs, built a life that looked beautiful from the outside. 2 years later, we decided to sell the house to get something different. After the house had closed, we packed everything up, just to come find out he purchased another house without me. I had no say, so I walked away. I knew that I shouldn't have done it in the first place, and that is on me, and I will live with that now, and that is okay. And one of the reasons why I'm in this situation is because I didn't listen to my gut, to the people around me, to God telling me not to do it.
Where are the girls that are in their late 20s? They're not married, they're single, no fiance, no relationship, no kids. Like, that is literally all of my friends, and I just feel like an outlier. I don't know, I feel like there is not a place for me anywhere. Like, I'm literally sitting alone on my couch. I don't know, like, most of the time I'm okay, but sometimes that loneliness does creep in. Where are you guys at?
I'm 33 and single, and every single person in my life, and by every single person, I literally mean every single person in my life is dating, married, engaged, or has kids. So I am kind of like out on my own right now, and so I'm trying to find a community on TikTok where people are in their 30s. They are maybe not married, don't know if they want to have kids, maybe they're just trying to figure out what they want out of life still, which is fine, by the way. If you are in your 30s, it is okay to be happy and single, which it feels like most people on the internet make it look like that's not possible, and I'm telling you it is, because I am very, very fulfilled and happy, but I still would like a relationship. Like, if somebody offered me the perfect person right now and it's like, this is your person, I'd be like, finally, that's so great, I've been waiting for you. But I still just want to have people that are in a similar stage in life, because I just don't have that in my real life. And so if you are that person, comment where you're from, comment if you're single, let me know, and give me a follow, because again, I'm trying to build that community here on TikTok because I don't have it in my real life.
You know, as much as I am happy that I am single and then I ended my relationship, I can't help but feel sad every single time I see engagement posts or people getting married. Like, I'm at a point where I actually cannot look at rings. Like, I will scroll past on Instagram if it's an engagement announcement, weddings, things like that. And I have a lot of really good friends in my life that are actually getting married this year. I love them. I'm thrilled for them. But I can't help but feel this like underlying sadness of being like, when will that get to be my turn? When you have no one single in your world and then you're now going to move to a new place, it's just like almost so much stress of like, what is the unknown? And I'm usually someone that gets really excited about like going out there and like discovering the unknown and kind of making my whole life. But it feels like it's just been such a long time, and I'm like, what am I doing so wrong? Also, for me, I've experienced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows in life without a person. I'm just used to dealing with shit like on my own. Anyways, I don't know if that is just me or if any of you guys feel that way too.
I've been single for my entire adult life. I've just turned 32 and my last boyfriend was about 15 years ago, and I've never had the experience of someone wanting to spend the rest of their life with me, laying in bed next to me, to weddings, cooking me dinner when I get home. I've never had anybody take me on a date, and that often makes me feel like I've failed at life. I've had so many thoughts of what I would do if I had a partner, like going on holiday, walking hand in hand down the street with them, someone that isn't embarrassed to be with me, cooking at home together. I see all these videos of people doing this when they're in a relationship and it looks fun. And then there's people on the other side who say it's not all it's cracked up to be, but they've also got to experience that. And when you don't get to experience that, it just feels like you're missing out. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to experience that kind of love with someone, but I just wanted other people to know that they're not alone. You can feel so lonely and like you're the only one that's going through that emotion, but there are a lot of people out there that are in the same boat. Not being able to experience that kind of love with someone can make you feel even more alone. And I just wanted people to know that you aren't alone.
To all of my fellow single 30-year-old girlies, where are we meeting men if it's not dating apps? Because I'm about to boycott Hinge for like the 50th time. I feel like the matches are just not it, and the men on Hinge are also not it. Like they're either emotionally unavailable, which I don't understand being on a dating app if your intention isn't to date, or at least be clear about your intention. Yeah, so where are we meeting them? And I know it's not at a bar or a club, because we're kind of past that stage of our life.
It's really scary now because I know I'm 34, but then at the same time, I'm looking at the guys that are my age and older, even like a couple of years. I'm like, and please, the guys on there, I'm not saying this with any hate or anything. This comes from a place of love. But I'm like, God damn, like, sir, the Sydney sun has not been kind to you. Like, have you not been using sun cream? These men look like they're sultanas. They look fucking old. They look like my grandpa. I mean, I have nothing. I'm a hairdresser background. I have nothing against the silver fox look. I love a man that's got grey hair, right? We're not even talking about that. We are talking about these guys that have like receded, gone grey, but they look so much older than what they are. And at the same time, I feel like I'm 34, but I still feel like I'm like really young at heart and I don't look my age. So can you imagine how weird that would look if I'm walking next to grandpa over here, like down the street? People are going to think I'm their fucking like mail order bride. That's going to look all sorts of wrong. So I'm in this weird, warped stage of my life at the moment when it comes to dating. It's fucking weird.
Dating in your 30s in Orange County, it's rough. But being Asian makes it even worse. Let's talk about it. So I'm Asian and I'm 5'8" and I'm fit. I go to gym, I go to bars, and I joined running club. And I even had my own hiking group. But guess what? Guys, they just stare and they don't talk. And I don't understand. I mean, is that just the Orange County thing? I don't understand. Most of the guys who actually have the guts to talk to me are either way too young or they're just not my type. And I'm just so sick and tired of American hookup culture. You can be in your 30s as a guy and who doesn't want to settle down, who don't really want to build up a family, who don't really want to have a stable relationship. In my culture, in China, we don't really have a dating phase. Like for us, we can just, hang out for like 5 times and we have to decide, if you wanted to be with me exclusively or not. And if you don't want to be in a relationship with me, it's fine. We can just move on. We can just, move on to find someone else. We don't waste other people's time. And we are dating to marry, not dating for fun. So it's very interesting to see that even local American women who are struggling to find a solid relationship here. Well, I guess, I don't know. I live in Irvine for a while now, and I've been thinking, moving to somewhere else. And I don't know, should I move to San Diego? Should I move to LA? Because I refuse to believe that all men are like this. Where should I move to? Do you have any ideas, any tips, any suggestions? So if you have already met the one, would you mind sharing how and when it happened? Because right now I really need a little reminder that love is still out there. Thank you.
There's men on the dating apps that are talking about how they want to be active all the time and all they want to do is hunt and fish and be on the lake 24 hours a day, and they like to run and do marathons and they don't like to sit still and they like to be busy all the time and just go, and they have a big group of friends and blah, blah, blah. You're not for me. And that's fine, because I'm probably not for you. Because if I was to list off my hobbies, if that's all that my dating profile, just a list of my hobbies, it would go something like this: napping, shopping, going through the car wash, making TikTok, being antisocial. I'm kind of obsessed with doing laundry. I take a lot of things back to UPS for Amazon. That's kind of my social hour. I like to get my nails done at least every 2 weeks and a pedicure. So if you can keep up with that, then we're golden. But I'm not gonna be able to keep up with you in your marathons and your circles of friends that do all kinds of shit, because I'm 52 and I'm just ready to slow down. I'm not ready to be faster. I just don't see how I'm ever gonna have any luck on these dating apps because of this situation. So are guys really that busy? Do they really want to go, go, go? Where are the men that want to just come home, make a nice dinner, go for a walk, watch some TV, and go to bed? Where are the men that want leisurely weekend trips and don't want to out watching sports and eating appetizers with their friends and everybody every night, or going to parties constantly, or at the lake 24 hours a day? Because I'm just not that person. I'm not really hopeful that I'm going to find somebody that is a little more like chill.
I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud and say that I fear that I may never find the love I desire. I really just don't know if it's in the cards for me. And I'm not saying this because I want anyone to feel bad for me, but I'm saying the part that I think so many single women think and are afraid to say out loud, but I'll say it. And trust me, I would rather be single than with the wrong person. And I stand by that 100% of the time. But I'm in my 30s and I get it. That's young. Like, I understand. But it's hard not to give up on that idea that what I want is never coming and it's just not going to happen for me. And that I will spend the rest of my life as the fun single auntie in my friend's kid's life, my family's kid's life. I will always be the one to go to the wedding alone or the birthday party alone, the big life events by myself. And I can handle that. I've done that for years. I don't mind. But I worry that what I want isn't meant to happen for me. And I hope if you feel that way, you feel less alone by hearing me say that, or someone on the internet. I'm just a stranger to you, but I feel that way. And I think it, and I worry about it.
I feel like nobody prepares you for the loneliness you feel in your late 20s and just like this shift. So basically, I stay in almost every weekend, and my life is very busy because of my job. I'm traveling a lot, and I'll go out like for events and do things like that. But for the most part, I stay in like every weekend, and it makes me feel like such a loser and so lonely. And most of my friends live with their boyfriends, or other people I see online have these big groups of friends that they do stuff every weekend. And I never really have plans. Like, I've stayed in all day, just watching the challenge, and I've been going on walks with my dog, and it's a beautiful day outside, and I literally have nothing to do. And I feel like in my early 20s, I had a big group and we would all do stuff every single weekend. But I feel like then slowly people started moving on with their lives and moving in with their significant others and having kids and getting married. And I have none of that. So I'm kind of just here feeling lonely, and kind of ashamed of that. And I feel like on the internet, my life looks like so cool. Like, maybe it doesn't, but like, that like you being an influencer, you get to do all this cool stuff, and it's so amazing and so cool. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, well, outside of like that world, like I don't really have much to come home to, and that makes me sad. But maybe other people are feeling like this, and yeah.
Guys, I'm low-key freaking out. I just reactivated my Hinge, and I haven't been really like scrolling. And I forgot about the app. So today I just went on and I have a few likes. Oh, guys, I'm 37. I just want to meet someone who's like my age. Like give or take 35 to 40 would be but I am getting likes from either like 50-something-year-olds or 23-year-olds. Am I doomed? Like, are all men my age married? Did I miss the window? Do I only have option of raising a boy into a man, or just dating a divorcee with 2 kids and he's getting a second wind in life? I don't know. I'm freaking out.
As of right now, 1 in 4 young adults in the US are projected to never get married. It's kind of crazy to think about, because I thought I would be married now at the age I'm at, which is undisclosed, but it's something me and my friends talk about. Like, the idea of seeing somebody who's engaged or getting married is like somewhat like shocking, because it's like, oh, I'm getting older and I'm still not. I don't know if there's like this mind shift, but it is hard, like finding the right people on apps like Cuffed or Hinge, and it feels like people are always waiting for like the next best thing to come along. It's tough out there.
Dating an older man has its perks, but it also has some downside to it. The biggest thing for me is when you're a younger woman and you're dating an older man, you are constantly having to prove to people that you're worthy because you are the younger one. Okay, so this may mean that you maybe don't have stability in your life. You know, you just look like the younger, dumber girl, okay, that's with an older man, and not just constantly having to prove to people that you're, you know, mature or whatever, there will be a lot of times where he will bring you around friends, and, you know, their friends' girlfriends may be their age, and the hate that you will get from these women will be astonishing. You can be the sweetest person to them in the world, but they will still not like you. You need to just learn to get over that. When I started dating older men, this really took a toll on me because I was always a person that was like, I want everyone to like me. And I don't give a fuck now at this point because I know the type of person I am. So if you want to hate me over what I look like, that's on you. But my point is, you will not be liked by everybody. Okay? And not to mention that, just people staring at you left and right and making comments. Because people will make comments towards you. Trust me.
How are you guys getting into relationships like one after the other? I can't even find one person to date. I have standards and I stick to them and nobody ever meets them. Slim pickings out here, I swear. Guys these days don't even do the bare minimum. Bare minimum, I mean, just be nice and just act like a gentleman and just compliment me maybe every once in a while. It's not like I'm asking for too much, or am I? I wouldn't say that I'm like particularly a relationship person, but I also don't get like how people get in relationships all the time. My sisters, for example, always in a relationship. But then I ask myself, like, how? How do you do it? If you can relate, let me know. I'm the type of person that is almost never in a relationship. I mean, I'm 30 now. Now I'm starting to think, am I too picky? Are my standards too high? Definitely not lowering my standards because I have, you know, specific things that I look for in a partner. Is it asking too much? Let me know what you think in the comments. That's it. Bye.